Hello everybody, my name's Leckers, and today I want to discuss a topic that's kind of going around in the zombies community a bit right now, or at least the Treyarch zombies one. That's why I haven't been posting videos lately, because I mean it's all Infinity Ward right now, which I'm liking their zombies mode, but like, you know, I'm focused on Treyarch zombies right now. So the topic that's been going around lately is DLC 5. A lot of people, by a lot of people I mean like one person, the Gaming Revolution, has claimed that he believes 100% that DLC 5 is real because he has some kind of inside source from where, I don't know, he doesn't want to rat the guy out or wherever. Could be a guy working at Treyarch, I have no fucking clue. But he claims 100% that there will be a DLC 5 for Black Ops 3 that will be releasing either this summer or in between DLC 2 and 3 for Infinite Warfare. I'll put a link in the description to the video so you can watch it yourself, but basically he says that he has this inside source, and the same source or a source very similar to it told him things about like Garad Krovi and some other information before the map released. And so basically he's saying this guy, the same source or a source very similar to it, has claimed that DLC 5 will be 100% releasing between DLC 2 or 3 or this summer. Now that's a pretty broad claim to make, you know, just saying that you have the source that 100% confirms that DLC 5 is a real thing. I mean, seriously, if you go to this guy's YouTube page, one of his like links in the front page of his channel says free COD points, so you know, how trustworthy do you think this guy really is? Now, some interesting things to note from his video is that, one, in his video he sounds pretty convinced, although that could just be something he's adapted over time, being able to believe bullshit, but I'm not claiming anything right now, or I'm just saying maybe. But he seems like he's convinced. And another thing he says that's pretty interesting is that he said that there will be a Mob of the Dead remake, or that his source tells him that there will be a Mob of the Dead remake that where you play as the Origins characters instead of the Mob of the Dead characters, and it takes place in between Zetsubo no Shima and Garad Krovi. You know, that like where they get all the blood vials after the Zetsubo Easter egg. So that actually makes a lot of sense. I would be willing to believe that if they were to remake Mob of the Dead. Now, in his video, he doesn't actually have any evidence supporting this. Again, he says because he doesn't want to rat out his source, which, okay, fair enough. But this guy, literally throughout his entire video, has like, you know those YouTubers who have those annotations where it's like, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe, and like in the middle of the video it says, check out this place for free games, and you know, like a lot of that bullshit, right? Like one of those apps where it's like, play a game for like 30 seconds and you get a bunch of points, you use those points to buy like cards, iTunes cards, whatever the fuck. You know, one of those bullshit things, but like it takes like 10 years to get one card, where like at that point it would just be more efficient to get a real job to get your cards. Anyway, he has a bunch of that crap playing in his video, so like that immediately makes me think that he's just doing it for clickbait and trying to get more attention to his sponsors. The only thing in the video that really does make me think that there could be a DLC 5 is that he says that the new loading screens that are in the comic books, like the Nuketown one, the Ascension one, and there's also a Moon loading screen, a new one that was in a, I forget what it was, but it was a video Treyarch made, kind of talking about the history of zombies a bit, and for like half a second you see a new Moon loading screen. Everyone thought that in Black Ops 3 there was going to be a Moon remake, but that never happened. He's saying that those loading screens are going to be used for DLC 5, which, that does make sense, but again, it's not convincing enough. Sure, they have new loading screens, but they could also be saving that for their next game where they have remakes, or they could just be for the comics, or to get people to speculate. The Moon one is a little iffy because that one, it's literally there for half a second. But the Nuketown and the Ascension one, I mean, those ones feel like they're made for the comics to get people to speculate and talk about it more. So that about sums up that video. Again, I'll have a link in the description below if you want to watch the video for yourself and see the specific details, or make sure I'm not bullshitting you. So overall, that video didn't convince me. I'm still very on the edge about it. Like, I would love a DLC 5, really. Like, I would absolutely love that, but I'm not gonna get my hopes up because something very similar to this happened with Black Ops 2, or not super similar as in someone had a source, but like something similar like this at the end of Black Ops 2, because Ghost was doing poorly. There were more people playing Black Ops 2 than Ghost, and then Treyarch started releasing camo packs for Black Ops 2. Everyone thought there was going to be a DLC 5, a Resurrection 2.0. They're going to bring back all the Black Ops 1 and World of War maps to Black Ops 2 like they did with Black Ops 1. But that never happened because it was just people getting too excited over nothing. People just expecting way too much from Treyarch. Now, a few days later, a video comes out from Glitching Queen saying that she believes this guy 100% and that she has talked to this guy's source, claiming all the DLC 5 crap. And Glitching Queen's one of those people who I would trust, because I remember back in Dreisendrach, she had a bunch of leaked information about like the Panzers being there, and I think some stuff about the bows and maybe some of the upgrade quests. I can't remember exactly, but no, for sure 100% she predicted the Panzers, or her source did. So she's someone I'm willing to trust, and apparently she has talked to the source, so I'm suddenly feeling much more open to this whole thing. I believe it more than I did before, when it was just a video by that random ass guy who was forcing all the sponsors and bullshit in there. So in her video, she basically just says that she has talked to the source, she's seen the information that this guy has, and she 100% believes it now. And one piece of evidence she uses for it is in the leaderboard screen. In one of the updates for Black Ops 3, they moved the maps over in the leaderboard screen, which made a lot of room there, and you could actually fit like a ton of maps in there. Now, yeah, that does actually make a lot of sense, and there's no reason for them to do that other than if they're going to add new maps. So, hey, there's another piece of evidence if you want to believe DLC 5. Another piece of evidence for this is the Newton's Cookbook, which they just added at the beginning of this year, which, you know, why would they add that unless they were planning on making new maps? That just seems really odd. They added this entire new feature, even after Infinite Warfare is already out. They're adding this brand new feature, and they also said that there was more content to come. Jason Blundell said it himself, more content to come in 2016 in Black Ops 3. Now, whether he's talking about multiplayer, which they have done, they've added like a bunch of new guns to multiplayer, like the PPSH, the M16, and 2 other guns, I forget. That just seems like such odd timing to add a feature like that, unless there happened to be another map pack releasing. There's also the fact that there are currently only 2 whimsical gobblegums in the game, which seems kind of odd that they have this brand new type of gobblegum, and yet they'd only make 2 of them. Now, the last piece of evidence I'm going to throw you here is that in Revelations, you know, they have all these remade parts of maps, and it's possible that while they're remaking the maps and they're making Revelations, they decided to take some of the parts of the remade maps, because they're, you know, they're already made, why not, and put them in Revelations just to make their job a little bit easier. That's another possibility, but that's all for evidence right now. I think there might be a few more little things, but that's basically the sum of the whole situation. DLC 5, apparently there's some sources out there. I mean, I believe Glitching Queen, but like I trust her way more than Gaming Revolution, where the fuck the guy is, but I'm still not convinced. I mean, it's one of those, like, too good to be true, don't get your hopes up type situation. That's why I want to make this video. Don't get your hopes up, right? Don't just immediately believe this, because even if there is some source who has a lot of evidence, and like tons of evidence, so much that both Glitching Queen and the Gaming Revolution believe this, even then, it's possible this is an idea that was thrown around at Treyarch. They messed around with it a bit, maybe remade some parts of maps and whatnot, but ultimately decided that it wasn't going to work because Infinite Warfare, you know, Infinite Warfare is already out. They've never released a whole DLC pack after a game's already out. Granted, they could do that any time now, because I mean, if you check on like Steam and Xbox, you can check how many people are playing a game, and I think there's more people playing Black Ops 3 than Infinite Warfare right now. So it would make sense, and also because you know, a lot of the stuff is controlled by Activision, you know, the most money-greedy company in all of gaming. And if they see more people playing Black Ops 3 than Infinite Warfare, well, it's more smart. It's better for them to release a map pack in Black Ops 3, make more of a profit that way. But again, we've never had a map pack after, you know, in an old game, after a new game's out. So I'm still not 100% convinced, because I don't want to get my hopes up. I don't want to be disappointed again. I'm just gonna be like, you know, if it happens, awesome. That's super awesome. Would love that. I mean, Origins and Mob of the Dead, I mean, I think most people agree those are like some of the 2 of the greatest maps of all time. If those are remade in Black Ops 3, awesome, but I don't believe anything yet. Unless whoever the source is wants to give me some of that information. I promise I won't rat you out. I'll trustworthy with that shit. Anyway, that's all for now. Thanks for watching and listening to my bullshit for a little bit. I want to make more videos soon, but like, I don't know if I want to make Infinite Warfare Zombies videos. I mean, I feel like it's a little late now, because like, I just missed DLC 1. I mean, it just comes out on Xbox and PC right away, but I don't know, maybe I'll review the next map. I'm liking it so far though, like I'm playing it, I'm having a good time, but I'm not like crazy about it like it was with Treyarch Zombies, you know. But anyway, that's all for now. So what do you believe in DLC 5? Do you have any other evidence or, you know, ideas that support the possibility of a 5th DLC pack? Leave them in the comments. Anyway, that's all for now. I'll see you next time. By the way, links in the description to both the videos I was talking about, just so you can make your own conclusion. and decide whether you believe in DLC 5 or not.
Sure, let's crawl around inside the big slimy monster. That sounds like a great